I never thought a simple family barbecue in the dusty outskirts of Tucson, Arizona, would unravel everything I held dear. My name is Jack Harlan, a 57-year-old retired Army colonel, and I've spent the last decade trying to blend into the quiet rhythm of desert life. The sun-baked ranch house on our 5-acre spread has been my sanctuary since I hung up my uniform. Nothing fancy. Just weathered adobe walls and a wraparound porch where I sip black coffee at dawn, watching the saguaros cast long shadows. But inside me, the wars never fully ended. The tremors in my hands from that IED blast in Iraq, the nights I wake up drenched in sweat hearing echoes of gunfire, those are my constant companions. I drive an old Chevy pickup with more rust than paint, shop at local thrift stores for faded jeans and flannel shirts, and keep to myself mostly. People around here respect that. It's the Western way, minding your own under the vast sky. My son, Cody, is 28 now, a software engineer in Phoenix, sharp as a tack but soft-hearted like his late mother. When he brought home his fiancée, Lisa, a 26-year-old marketing whiz from a well-to-do family in Scottsdale, I wanted to believe she'd fit right in. She was all smiles at first, with her designer sundresses and Instagram-perfect poses against our red rock backdrop. But cracks appeared early, like hairline fractures in parched earth. I overheard her once at a local diner, chatting with friends over margaritas. "Oh, that's Cody's dad," she said, loud enough for the whole place to hear. "He's got these PTSD flares, hands shake like he's seen a ghost. Kinda awkward at family stuff." Her friends murmured sympathies, and one asked if I got help. Lisa shrugged. "Therapy? I guess. But honestly, some folks cling to their worst stories like a crutch. Move on already." That stung deeper than any shrapnel. Inside, I replayed it over and over. Was I really just a burden? A relic? I'd lost comrades in the dust storms of Fallujah, carried their dog tags like sacred talismans, but to her, it was ancient history. I turned away quietly, my chest tight with unspoken rage. Why fight? I'd learned in the military that silence often speaks loudest. But doubt not at me. Had I failed Cody by not sharing more of my world? He knew the basics. 23 years of service, deployments that took me from him too often. But the medals gathering dust in my study? The Purple Heart from that ambush where I dragged 2 wounded soldiers to safety under fire? I kept those locked away, not wanting to burden him with my ghosts. Wedding plans ramped up the tension. Lisa had visions of a chic ceremony on our ranch porch, fairy lights twinkling against the sunset. But during a planning dinner at our kitchen table, surrounded by takeout from the local taqueria, she dropped another bomb. "I think we skip your dad's speech," she told Cody, glancing at me like I was fragile glass. "What if he has a moment? War tales could bum everyone out." Cody fidgeted. "Dad's got good stories, Lisa. Meaningful ones." She rolled her eyes. "About loss and battles? This is our day, joyful. Forward-looking. No need for sob stories from a vet with issues." Issues. The word echoed in my mind like a ricochet. Did she see me as broken beyond repair? In my head, I argued back. Those issues came from shielding innocence in war zones, from burying friends who'd dreamed of home. But aloud, I stayed silent, excusing myself to the porch. Staring at the starry desert sky, I wrestled with guilt. Maybe I was holding Cody back. The ranch wasn't just land, it was his mother's legacy, passed down from her Arizona pioneer family, valued at over $2 million now. With its irrigated fields and historic barn, I'd planned to gift it to them as a wedding present. A fresh start. But Lisa's words made me question everything. Was I gifting a future poisoned by her disdain? The real test came as Memorial Day weekend loomed. Our annual barbecue was a Harlan tradition. Neighbors, extended family, grilling steaks under the mesquite trees. I could feel the storm building inside me, a mix of hurt and resolve. Lisa's jabs grew bolder, like she was probing my limits. And Cody? He deflected, caught in the crossfire. She doesn't mean it harshly, Dad, he'd say after her latest quip about "that's stuck in the past." But how else could I take it? It tore at me. This erosion of our bond. I'd raised him on tales of honor, of standing tall for what's right.
Now,
He chose peace over principle, and it hollowed me out. Deeper still, it wasn't just about me. Lisa's mockery spat on every fallen soldier I'd known. In my study, beside the Purple Heart, I kept mementos from Sergeant Mike Ramirez, Staff Sergeant Emily Chun, and Corporal Tom Bailey, heroes lost too young. Mike, 24, shielding our convoy. Emily, 26, hit by sniper fire during a med evac. Tom, 22, dying to protect a school in a dusty village. Their families still sent cards, thanking me for bringing closure. When Lisa dismissed my war junk, she dismissed their legacies. It fueled a fire in me. How could I let this slide? But revenge?
no,
That wasn't my way. I'd seen enough destruction. Maybe, just maybe, revelation could spark change. The barbecue day dawned bright and hot, the kind of Arizona scorcher that makes the air shimmer. I manned the grill, flipping burgers for about 20 folks, my old army cap shading my eyes. Lisa arrived in a flowy white dress, phone in hand, snapping pics for her feed. "Smells like a VFW post out here," she joked loudly, fanning the smoke. All that grilled char and vet vibes. Nervous chuckles rippled. I kept cooking, but inside, turmoil churned. Was this the moment to speak or endure? She didn't stop. Chatting with my nephew near the picnic tables, she said, "Military families obsess over old battles. Build something new instead of polishing metals." The group fell quiet. I approached, tongs in hand, heart pounding. "Lisa, what do you think I've built?" She shrugged. "A quiet life, but with the trauma tagging along."
gasps.
My neighbor, a nom-vet, bristled. I fought the urge to snap, instead whispering to myself, "Stay calm. This is for Cody, for them all." The silence hung heavy, thicker than the desert heat. I could feel eyes on me, waiting for explosion or retreat. But explosions were for battlefields. Here, I needed precision. "I've built a family," I said softly, meeting Lisa's gaze. "A life for Cody. Bridges to help vets transition back home." She sipped her iced tea, unfazed. "A career?"
Jack,
That's what matters. Modern, impactful, not dwelling on ancient conflicts. Cody shifted uncomfortably. "Lisa, maybe drop it." But she pressed. "Brandon needs a fresh start. Not history lessons at every gathering." Her words sliced deep, stirring a whirlwind inside. Dwelling? Every night. I relived those losses, not by choice, but because forgetting would betray them. Mike's laugh before the blast, Emily's steady hand in chaos, Tom's quiet courage. Their absences ached like phantom limbs. And Cody, watching this, his face a mask of conflict, torn between love and loyalty. It crushed me more than any insult. Had I shielded him too much, leaving him blind to my pain? Or was this my failure?
letting disdain fester on sex.
I drew a breath. Voice steady despite the storm within. PTSD isn't an excuse.
Lisa.
It's the scar from seeing hell so others don't have to. She waved it off. Get more help then, instead of making it our issue. The yard tensed, like a coiled rattler. My sister touched my arm, but I shook my head.
No pity.
Inside, doubt raged. Was I the problem? Clinging to shadows? But no, the therapy sessions in Phoenix, VA had taught me this was survival, not weakness. Hypervigilance that saved lives now guarded my heart. Survivor's guilt? It was love redirected, fueling my quiet work. That's when she crossed into sacred ground. Vets come back broken, expecting fixes. Own your life. The words echoed, amplifying my inner chaos. Broken? I'd piece myself together for Cody, for Sarah's memory. But her scorn mocked not just me, but every grave in Arlington West. I felt Mike, Emily, Tom urging me forward, not for vengeance, but truth. Listen close, I said, tone low and commanding. The one I'd used in briefings. Therapy told me PTSD is normal after the abnormal. It kept my unit alive through 3 tours. Her smirk faded as I continued. The group rapped. That obsession is love without outlet. My damage saved 247 souls in Iraq. Whispers rippled. Medals aren't junk. They're proof I stood when called.
Inside.
Vulnerability clawed. Sharing this exposed my raw edges. But silence had cost too much already. Lisa flushed. I didn't mean you did. I cut in. In diners. At home. You've painted me as embarrassment. Cody whispered. Dad. But I turned to him. Son. She questions what I've built. Let me show. The party wound down awkwardly. Guests drifting away with murmured goodbyes. Lisa vanished inside. Probably venting online. I scrubbed the grill. Mind racing, regret mixing with relief. Had I gone too far?
But no.
Boundaries mattered. My phone buzzed, a familiar DC number. Jack Harlan.
Colonel Harlan. Lieutenant-Colonel Maria Lopez.
Pentagon liaison. Briefing for Memorial Day at 0800 tomorrow, still on. I stepped away. Remote's fine. Finalize gold star remarks. Yes, sir. And congrats on the contract renewal, $150K retainer well earned. Ending the call, I saw Lisa in the doorway, glass in hand. Who was that? Work. She frowned. Thought you were retired. From active duty. Curiosity flickered. On a holiday? Duty doesn't clock out. A knock interrupted, a courier with a sealed envelope from the DoD. I signed, the official stamps gleaming. Lisa trailed, eyes wide. Back inside. Cody joined us. The air thick with unspoken questions. That night, alone on the porch, stars blazing overhead. Turmoil peaked. Revealing truths felt like stripping armor, exposing the man beneath the vet. But for Cody's sake, for healing, it was necessary. Lisa's ignorance wasn't malice. Perhaps just blindness. Could I bridge that? Or would it shatter us? Sleep evaded me. Memories flooding. Sarah's gentle urging to open up. Comrade's final words. By dawn, resolve hardened, not destruction, but illumination. Next morning, over coffee, I confronted the mirror. Wrinkled eyes stared back, heavy with years. This wasn't about winning, it was about legacy. Cody deserved a partner who saw value beyond surfaces. And Lisa? Maybe a wake-up call could spark growth. I headed to Phoenix for the briefing, but first, a stop at the local VFW post. There, amid fellow vets sharing stories.
Peace flickered.
My consulting work, advising on vet policies, mattered. It honored the fallen. Back home, tension simmered. Lisa approached hesitantly. About yesterday. But Cody interrupted, pulling me aside. Dad. She's upset. But I get why you spoke up. His eyes held newfound respect, cracking my defenses. Inside, emotions surged, pride in him, sorrow for the rift.
Son.
It's not just me she disrespects, it's all of us. He nodded, conflicted. The day dragged, my mind a battlefield of what-ifs. Evening brought the engagement party at a Scottsdale country club, Lisa's family's turf. Glitzy chandeliers clashed with my simple attire. But I endured for Cody. Whispers followed me. Some recognized the quiet hero. Lisa, radiant in silk, clinked her glass for a toast. To new beginnings, though some cling to old wars like welfare.
Gasps.
My heart hammered. Intentional jab? Inside. Fury battled compassion. She was young, unscarred. But enough. I stood, glass raised. To service and understanding its cost. Murmurs. Lisa paled. The room watched as I pulled out my wallet, revealing a worn photo of Mike. Emily.
Tom.
These dead friends died for freedoms you enjoy. Emotion choked me, grief raw, vulnerability exposed. Mockery diminishes their light. Tears pricked. I'd hidden this pain too long. The club's ballroom fell into a hush so profound I could hear my own pulse thundering like distant artillery. Lisa's face drained of color, her champagne flute trembling in her grip. I'd never intended to bare my soul like this. Not in front of strangers in tailored suits and glittering jewels. But the words poured out, fueled by years of suppressed agony. Inside, a torrent raged, regret for the public spectacle, yet a fierce need to honor those ghosts who haunted my every quiet moment. Mike's widowed mother, still baking pies for VA events, Emily's brother. Now a doctor thanks to her inspiration, Tom's sister, raising kids with stories of his bravery. Their lives intertwined with mine. A web of loss and legacy that Lisa's flippancy threatened to tear. Cody stepped closer, his hand on my shoulder, a silent anchor. Dad. But I continued, voice cracking with the weight of unspoken burdens. You see damage. Lisa. I see survival. Therapy didn't erase the scars. It taught me to carry them with purpose. She averted her eyes. But I pressed on, the room captive. That purple heart? Earned pulling comrades from hellfire. The tremors? Reminders of lives saved. Whispers grew, admiration.
Shop.
A club member, an older gent with a veteran's pin, nodded solemnly. Inside me, vulnerability peaked. Exposing this felt like standing naked in a sandstorm. But hiding had eroded my spirit.
Then,
the turning point. I reached into my jacket, pulling out a folded letter, my Medal of Honor citation, signed by the president. This war junk isn't trophies. It's testament, gasps echoed. Lisa's eyes widened.
I
didn't know. You didn't ask, I replied softly, pain lacing every syllable. The inner conflict intensified. Part of me wanted to lash out, to make her feel the isolation I'd endured. But another voice, Sarah's, perhaps, whispered mercy. Revenge would diminish me, revelation might redeem. The manager, a burly man named Carlos, approached.
Colonel Arlan?
I served in the 101st, heard of your actions in Iraq. He shook my hand firmly. Your congressional testimony last year got us better vet funding. Applause broke out. Tentative at first, then swelling. Lisa sank into a chair, overwhelmed. Cody whispered, "Dad, you're a hero." But heroism felt hollow. Inside, grief for lost innocence, for Cody's. For mine, overwhelmed. Had I protected him by silence? Or starved him of truth? I turned to Lisa, emotion raw. Success isn't flash, it's contribution. My consulting firm, Harlan Defense Strategies, pulls in millions advising the DoD on vet care. That old Chevy? A choice to stay grounded. I showed my phone portfolio screenshots. $4.5 million in investments. Thrift clothes keep me humble. Remembering villages where kids had nothing. Her jaw dropped. Cody stared. Realization dawning. Dad. Wealthy. Yes.
Son.
But wealth means little without purpose. Tears welled in my eyes, not from pride, but the ache of hidden years. Why had I concealed this? Fear of seeming boastful? Or deeper? The survivor's shame? The room buzzed as I revealed more. Board seats on vet nonprofits. Senate testimonies securing $40 million for mental health. This honors Mike. Emily. Tom. Lisa whispered. Who were they? I recounted their stories. Voice breaking. Mike's sacrifice for supplies. Emily's defense of innocence. Tom's child-saving heroism. Their dog tags remind me. Service echoes. Sobs escaped me inwardly, publicly. I held firm. The emotional floodgate burst. Regret for not sharing sooner with Cody. Sorrow for Lisa's blindness, born of privilege.
Then, the ranch.
About the venue. I produced a document, a provisional deed transfer to the local VFW for a memorial center. Valued at $2 million. But I'm holding it pending. Shocks rippled. Lisa gasped. Our gift. Gifts require respect, I said gently. Heart twisting. Inside. Turmoil. Donating felt right. But irrevocable? No, this was a lesson. Not punishment. It's for a garden honoring the fallen. But Lisa. Cody proved change. And it stays yours. Applause thundered. But my focus was Cody's tear-streaked face. I didn't defend you enough.
Dad. I'm sorry.
His hug cracked my resolve. Emotions surged like a flash flood. Love. Forgiveness. Hope. Lisa approached. Voice quivering. I was wrong. Ignorant. I nodded. Inner compassion winning. Words hurt, but understanding heals. The party shifted. Conversations turned to stories of service. Bridging divides. That night, driving home under the moonlit desert, solitude amplified the whirlwind. Had I humiliated her needlessly? Or sparked growth? Memories assaulted. Sarah's death from cancer. Her plea to live openly. I'd armored up. But now cracks let light in. Cody called. Dad. We talked. Lisa wants to learn. Visit the VA with me? Relief washed over. Mingled with lingering pain. Change was possible. Days blurred into emotional reckonings. The deed hung like a sword, legal. Filed conditionally in Pima County. Allowing reversal with proof of intent. Lisa's viral moment came. A guest's video of her toast spread on social media.
Kaptionet Fiancée'S vet hero.
Views exploded. Outrage from military communities. Her job teetered. Comments scorched. Inside me, pity stirred. She was paying dearly. But perhaps it forged empathy. Cody mediated. She's devastated.
Dad.
Reading about PTSD now. I met her at a neutral coffee shop in Tucson. The air heavy with unspoken regrets. I judged without knowing, she admitted. Eyes downcast. Your service. It's everything. Tears flowed. Hers. Then mine. The inner dam broke. Forgiveness felt like release. Honoring the fallen by extending grace. The coffee shop's hum faded as Lisa's words hung between us, raw and trembling. I'd come braced for defense, but her vulnerability pierced deeper than any accusation. Inside, emotions collided like storm fronts over the Sonoran desert, anger's thunder yielding to compassion's rain. Hadn't I once been blind too? Fresh from boot camp, dismissing civilian woes? War reshaped me, but grace from others mended the fractures.
Now.
Facing her, I wrestled. Cling to hurt, or offer the bridge I'd craved. I mocked what I couldn't understand, she continued, voice breaking. Your medals. The shakes, I saw weakness, not strength. Tears tracked her cheeks, mine threatened. Cody watched, his own eyes misty. Dad taught me service isn't glory, it's quiet endurance. I nodded, throat tight. Inwardly, grief swelled for lost time, years hiding my world from him, fearing it'd burden. But revelation now bonded us. A silver lining in the chaos. We talked hours, me sharing fragments of Iraq's hell, the blast that stole friends, the guilt that lingered. Mike dreamed of coaching Little League. Emily wanted to teach. Tom, just to fish with his dad. Lisa listened, horror dawning. I reduced that to junk. Shame colored her. My heart ached, not triumph, but shared humanity. Ignorance isn't evil, unchecked. It wounds. She nodded. I'll volunteer at the VFW Learn.
Contribute.
The viral storm raged online. Hashtags like RespectVets trended, her employer issuing warnings. Friends distanced, her Instagram silenced. But in our talks, growth emerged. Losing the job scares me, she confessed. But losing Cody? Worse. Cody squeezed her hand. We're in this. Emotion choked me, pride in his maturity, sorrow for the pain I'd indirectly caused. Was this revenge's echo? No, I'd aimed for awakening. Back at the ranch, solitude amplified the inner maelstrom. Porch swings creaked as I pondered the deed. Legal counsel confirmed its conditional clause. Compliant with Arizona statutes. Reversible with affidavits of change. Donating fully tempted. Honoring the fallen eternally. But withholding? It dangled hope. Nightmares visited. Comrades' faces, questioning my mercy. Forgive, they seemed to whisper. Dawn brought clarity. Redemption over retribution. Cody and Lisa visited often, the air shifting from tense to tentative healing. She joined me at a VA group session, awkward at first, but her questions genuine. How do you cope daily? A vet shared, she absorbed. Inside me, layers peeled, vulnerability I'd armored against now fostered connection. One evening, under sunset's blaze, Lisa apologized formally. Your damage is Valor. I want to earn the ranch, not demand. Tears flowed freely, mine included. The emotional peak overwhelmed. Forgiveness wasn't weakness, it was the ultimate strength. The wedding loomed. Venue uncertain. I called a family meeting in the barn. Hay bales as seats. The scent of earth grounding us. The deed's provisional, I announced. Prove respect, volunteer logs. Therapy sessions, and it's yours. Lisa's eyes lit. We'll earn it. Cody hugged me. Thanks for the chance. Dad. Joy mingled with lingering ache. This mended us. But scars remained. Months passed, emotions deepening with each step. Lisa lost her job, conduct clause invoked, but pivoted, starting a non-profit blog on vet stories.
Interviewing locals.
Your influence, she told me. Views grew, healing spread. Cody quit tech for a vet advocacy role. Pay cut be damned. Purpose over paycheck, he said, echoing my values. Pride surged. Tears unspoken. The viral fallout eased. Apologies online garnered support. Her old circle faded. New ones, vets, families emerged. At a Memorial Day vigil in the proposed garden site, we planted the first saguaro. For Mike, Emily, Tom, I said, voice thick. Lisa added soil. Her hands dirty, but determined. Emotion crested. This wasn't just land. It was legacy reborn. Inner peace flickered. But doubts lingered. Had I manipulated?
No, boundaries towed.
Grace offered. Therapy sessions helped unpack it. You're modeling resilience, my counselor said. With Cody, bonds strengthened, late-night talks under stars. Sharing Sarah's memories. Mom would have loved this, he whispered. Heartful. I agreed. As wedding prep resumed, scaled down to intimate ranch vows. Harmony bloomed. Lisa's growth shone. She organized a vet fundraiser, raising $10,000. Proving my change, I filed reversal papers, legal, notarized in Tucson court. The ranch stayed family, now enriched. One night, alone, I held the dog tags, whispering thanks to fallen friends. Their sacrifices echoed in this redemption. Emotion overwhelmed, not vengeance's hollow victory, but humanity's quiet triumph. Healing wasn't linear. It was the desert bloom after rare rain, unexpected, profound. The wedding day dawned golden over the ranch. The kind of Arizona morning where the air hums with promise and the distant mountains glow like embers. But as I stood on the porch,
Adios think mi bolotie.
Emotions crashed like a monsoon, joy laced with profound sorrow, gratitude shadowed by lingering ghosts. This wasn't just vows, it was culmination of fractures mended, lessons etched in soul-deep ink.
Inside.
Waves surged, pride in Cody's choice, awe at Lisa's transformation, yet a piercing ache for those absent, Sarah, whose laughter once filled these halls, Mike, Emily,
Tom,
whose absences carved eternal voids. Guests gathered modestly, family, neighbors, vets from the VFW, under strung lights on the porch. No extravagance, just heartfelt. Lisa approached in a simple gown, eyes shimmering. Jack, thank you for the chance. Her voice cracked, mine nearly did. You've earned it, I replied, hugging her lightly. Inwardly, vulnerability peaked. This forgiveness tested me, exposing raw nerves. But seeing her now, humbled, empathetic, it healed fragments I'd thought irreparable. Cody beamed beside her, his suit crisp. Dad, your speech. I nodded, heart pounding. As officiant called order, I stepped forward, voice steady despite the inner tempest. Today honors love, but also growth from pain. I shared lightly. Service taught me scars build character.
Lisa.
Cody, you've shown that understanding bridges divides. Applause soft. Tears flowed. Lisa whispered. Your story changed me. Emotion choked. This was their legacy. The fallen's light guiding redemption. The ceremony unfolded seamlessly. Vows exchanged with depth. I promise to honor your past as you shape our future, Lisa said to Cody, glancing at me. Rings slipped on, kisses shared. Inside, catharsis flooded, not triumph over her past slights, but collective healing. The reception, barbecue under stars, buzzed with stories. Vets shared. Lisa listened intently, her blog notes in hand. This inspires, she said. Pride swelled, mingled with melancholy. How many nights had I yearned for such unity? Later, alone in my study, dog tags in hand, reflection deepened. The ranch deed, now fully theirs, transferred legally. Taxes deducted charitably for the memorial patch we'd added, a garden with plaques for the fallen. $1.8 million value, but priceless in purpose. Lisa's nonprofit thrived. Cody's advocacy role fulfilled him. We're contributing, he told me post-honeymoon. Like you. But the true lesson crystallized in quiet moments. Respect blooms from empathy, not entitlement. Lisa's journey, from mockery to advocate, taught us all. No grand revenge, just gentle awakening. Inside, peace settled. Emotions richer than before, gratitude for second chances. Sorrow sweetened by hope. A year on, at the garden's dedication, families gathered. Gold Star parents thanked me. Lisa spoke eloquently on vet struggles. Cody held my hand. You showed us strength in mercy. Tears fell freely, mine. Theirs. The light lesson: wounds heal when we choose understanding over judgment. In the western vastness, under endless skies, we'd found redemption, not in destruction, but in rebuilding, one empathetic step at a time. The wedding day dawned golden over the ranch, the kind of Arizona morning where the air hums with promise and the distant mountains glow like embers. But as I stood on the porch,
Adios think mi bolotie.
Emotions crashed like a monsoon, joy laced with profound sorrow, gratitude shadowed by lingering ghosts. This wasn't just vows, it was culmination of fractures mended, lessons etched in soul-deep ink.
Inside,
Waves surged, pride in Cody's choice, awe at Lisa's transformation, yet a piercing ache for those absent: Sarah, whose laughter once filled these halls; Mike, Emily,
Tom,
whose absences carved eternal voids. I'd spent the night wrestling memories, their faces vivid, urging me to embrace this new chapter. Forgiveness wasn't easy. It demanded confronting the pain anew, feeling the raw edges of betrayal and loss. Guests gathered modestly: family, neighbors, vets from the VFW, under strung lights on the porch. No extravagance, just heartfelt. Lisa approached in a simple gown, eyes shimmering. Jack, thank you for the chance. Her voice cracked. Mine nearly did. You've earned it, I replied, hugging her lightly. Inwardly, vulnerability peaked. This forgiveness tested me, exposing raw nerves. But seeing her now, humbled, empathetic, it healed fragments I'd thought irreparable. The inner dialogue raged. She's changed, one voice said. But the hurts linger, another countered. Yet hope won. A fragile bloom in arid soil. Cody beamed beside her, his suit crisp. Dad, your speech. I nodded, heart pounding. As officiant called order, I stepped forward, voice steady despite the inner tempest. Today honors love, but also growth from pain. I shared lightly. Service taught me scars build character. Lisa. Cody, you've shown that understanding bridges divides. Applause soft. Tears flowed. Lisa whispered, your story changed me. Emotion choked. This was their legacy. The fallen's light guiding redemption. In my mind, scenes replayed: the barbecue confrontation, the viral storm, her tearful apologies. Each step amplified the emotional depth, turning bitterness to bittersweet wisdom. The ceremony unfolded seamlessly, vows exchanged with depth. I promise to honor your past as you shape our future, Lisa said to Cody, glancing at me. Rings slipped on, kisses shared.
inside,
Catharsis flooded, not triumph over her past slights, but collective healing. The reception, barbecue under stars, buzzed with stories. Vets shared. Lisa listened intently, her blog notes in hand. "This inspires," she said. Pride swelled, mingled with melancholy. How many nights had I yearned for such unity? Conversations flowed, each tale stirring deeper feelings, gratitude for community, sorrow for sacrifices unspoken. Later, alone in my study, dog tags in hand, reflection deepened. The ranch deed, now fully theirs, transferred legally. Taxes deducted charitably for the memorial patch we'd added, a garden with plaques for the fallen. $1.8 million value, but priceless in purpose. Lisa's nonprofit thrived. Cody's advocacy role fulfilled him. "We're contributing," he told me post-honeymoon. "Like you." But the true lesson crystallized in quiet moments. Respect blooms from empathy, not entitlement. Lisa's journey from mockery to advocate taught us all. No grand revenge, just gentle awakening. Inside, peace settled. Emotions richer than before, gratitude for second chances. Sorrow sweetened by hope. Doubts still whispered, could old wounds reopen? But faith in their growth silenced them. A year on, at the garden's dedication, families gathered. Gold Star parents thanked me. Lisa spoke eloquently on vet struggles. Cody held my hand. "You showed us strength in mercy." Tears fell freely, mine. Theirs. The light lesson. Wounds heal when we choose understanding over judgment. In the western vastness, under endless skies, we'd found redemption, not in destruction, but in rebuilding, one empathetic step at a time. The emotional crescendo left me transformed, heart fuller, spirit renewed.